Collingwood will always be able to attract big names because they're Collingwood Football Club.
Yeah, but they haven't really done it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Eddie and Jimmy on this Thursday. Oh, Jim. It's match day.
Match day. How good is it?
Against them.
How excited are you? Are you excited? Do you get nervous? Do you get twitchy?
Yeah, all of it.
All of it?
Yeah, I do.
Do you put the hoodie on, you run laps of the mean streets of Toorak and shadow box?
Yeah, I do all that. No, but also, I tell you, it's still the same. On match day against Carlton, I get up in the morning, I'm in the shower, and it's on. And I just have a different mindset, and I just get a little bit agitated. And yeah, it is. It's big against Carlton.
Why is it? I know this is an obvious question, but clearly a person who hasn't been involved in Collingwood or Carlton, why is it bigger than Collingwood Richmond? Why is it bigger than Collingwood Essendon?
The history. So Collingwood and Carlton have played each other more times than any team because of finals. It goes back to 1910. Originally, Carlton actually supported Collingwood's entry as Fitzroy tried to stop us into the VFL competition. But in 1910, it all turned. It was a bloodbath grand final in those days. Carlton got done that year for tanking games for payments from bookmakers. And it was on in the 1910 grand final. It was on for young and old. The knuckles, people got robbed out, I think, for a couple of years, etc. So that's where it all started there. And then, of course, in World War One, a regimental sergeant major made Doc Seddon and Percy Rowe do a 10-mile route march on the morning of the Collingwood-Carlton grand final. And the Pies ran out of legs late in the last quarter for Carlton to get up and have a win. So that was remembered at Collingwood right to this very moment. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, you go forward to 1970.
Yep.
And then, even after that, 1978, Collingwood put Carlton out in the first semi-final, which I'll come to. 79, of course, was the grand final where Carlton got up and their president, Harris, what was it? Just got to pick it up, hang on. George Harris.
George?
Their president, George Harris, came out and said, what's better than beating Collingwood by a point, beating them by 5 points in the grand final? That went down well. But also it was the harms, and it was a big, hard game. Shortest last quarter in the history of football as Collingwood running down the ground. But anyway, and 81. So there was a lot of that stuff going on. They got us in our centenary, and they got us in our 125th. So the battle between Collingwood and Carlton. When I took over as president of Collingwood, two things that I had at the top of my agenda was to get the win-loss against Carlton fixed and to rebuild the club to its glory, possibly in that order.
So just another game for you this week?
Yeah, exactly. Can I take you back to where it really...
Yeah.
So if I'd have lived over the back fence from at home in Broady, I was in North Melbourne zone. Over the back fence was Carlton. And Carlton actually did a really good job. They used to get all the young blokes, put them in the Little League and did a lot of good things. North didn't do much in those days. This was pre-Barassi days, but in that early part of the 70s. So Carlton did a really good job out there. So there's Robert Walls used to marry the girl at the end of the street, and Curly Austin lived around the corner. Bruce Dool lived over the back fence, basically just down the road in Camp Road. Mark Dawson from North lived across the street. So you had a lot of football people around you in Broady, and footy was everything. But in 1978, I went to the first semi-final, sudden death, Collingwood versus Carlton. Jezza had taken over and sparked Carlton's revival. Right, so they're all up on their toes. Huge game, massive fight on the half-forward flank, right in front of where I was standing in the standing room. Phil Calmer got reported, got off eventually, but it was on for young and old. Anyway, Pies won. We put them out of the finals, so that was great. I walked down to the Richmond station. I jump on one of those silver trains back in the day, which were pretty newfangled in those days. It wasn't a red rattler and wasn't the blue asbestos-filled trains that had the manual doors. This had the automatic shutter. So I'm standing there. I've got my knitted scarf that Mum knitted me, my Collingwood jumper, and I've got my beanie on my head, and I get in the train. It's jammed like sardines to go from Richmond to Flinders Street. where I'd change trains to get on the Broady train, and I had my hands in my pocket, and as the door was shutting, this bloke who'd looked at me, Carlton bloke, reaches in, he grabs the beanie off my head and pulls it out as the door shuts. And you can't do anything. And it pulls out, and he's stolen the beanie off my head.
Oh.
And he threw it under the train. And I had a bit of a moment. I was only 13. But as we pulled out, all I could see was half a dozen black and white hooped arms punching the living suitcase out, just belting him into. And I thought, they're my people. They are my people. And they're not.
It's amazing.
I love Collingwood so much, and I almost feel the exact opposite about Carlton.
It's amazing that you tried to sell to me that you had a teary eye for losing your beanie, but you had a teary eye of joy watching a Carlton supporter get pummeled.
It was.
Can you just be honest about that?
Oh, no, that's absolutely. No, the beanie was the first reaction, but it was worth the price of the beanie, I can tell you, to see this bloke get a kicking on the station back in those days.
Yeah, so I can understand why you get excited. You get big Kev.
Yeah, but it's more than that. I mean, so many of my mates are Carlton supporters. Great friends.
How are they friends of yours then?
Well, because the great thing about Australian rules football is the worst thing that can happen is you buy a Tats Lotto ticket. Mark McGuire.
One of the greats.
You know, all those guys in those days who, as a boy, I'm watching them, you know, beat us in grand finals. Fast forward a few years, I'm working at Channel 10, and suddenly I'm at the Underground, having a drink with later on David Rhys-Jones, but Sellers, McClure, Kenny Hunter, Alex Marcoux, Peter McConville, all those guys were just great blokes. Dominator would be there everywhere. I'd do a story on the Dominator every other week because he was just such a gun player. I'd go out to Princes Park. David Parkin became a lifelong friend. I saw David on Monday at the Peter McCallum breakfast, and it was pretty good, but not as good as me giving the address to the Collingwood boys yesterday in preparation of tonight's game.
Oh, hang on, a little bit of an insight.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. I feel like
they know that we're playing Carlton this week, that's for sure.
I feel like you've known about this for a while because I have noticed in the last couple of weeks when you've had an opportunity to address the nation, you've gotten very... Like you've taken the big breath in and you've almost channeled your inner EJ or inner John Kennedy. And so I think this has been, you've just been testing the boundaries and you've been able to let loose.
Thanks to Fiji Airways and Hyundai, this is Eddie and Jimmy. Let's have a look. We're shorting or holding, okay?
All right, I'm going to start with one.
Not going to go again, are we?
Short, holding and buying, Ed McGuire becoming a coach.
Bye.
Bye.
Jack Gunts at 100 goals. Come on, Richard. A producer over there.
The silly little boy. Yeah.
19 after 5 games.
Still holding.
I
want to see it happen.
I want it to happen, but I'm selling. Shorting. George Hewitt-less midfield. I caught the plane back with George Hewitt the other night and Blake Acres. Good blokes too.
Yeah, good fellas.
Another reason I don't like meeting Carlton people because I get to like them a bit.
Actually, I have a bit of a Carlton connection. I've still got the old letters from Ron Barassi when they used to write letters, and he tried to drag my father, who was a little bit wayward off the field, down to Carlton. I've still got the jumper too.
Yeah.
He came down and came down to Carlton during the 70s, so I do have a bit of a soft spot. George Hewitt, less midfield. I thought when it started to belt rain, they were going to make a late change because ideal conditions for George Hewitt, but they stuck with it. They look lively for a quarter and a half, and then just as that. He'll come back in.
I'll get him back in. Can I tell you one last story about Carlton? So I was a stats man and would phone stories through injuries and reports when I was 13. So I looked a bit older, had my brother's suit on, etc., etc. So about 13. I was 13. This time I might have been 14 at this stage. So I'm a little bit older and not much, but anyway. So after the game, my brother was reporting for the Herald in those days. So we go into the rooms and then he says, I want to get a couple of stories for Monday's paper. I want to go and do some interviews. Let's go upstairs. So we got invited into the Carltonians.
The social
their room. Right? It's in the Carlton Social Club that had a big win and were there. And, cigarette smoke in those days, drinks, all these grown men, power brokers, It was intoxicating. So I'm there, I'm going, wow, this is unbelievable. And then we got ushered into the boardroom at Carlton. So I'm standing in the boardroom at Carlton. Going, I've never been in a board, I haven't been anywhere. And I go, well, this is unbelievable. As we waited for Alex Jezelenko to come in for an interview. Now, the day before, I'm trying to take a Jezza in the schoolyard.
Yep.
And then he walks in, and there is standing in front of me, Alex Jezelenko, you beauty. And I shook his hand, and I've never been more in awe of a person in my life
Yeah.
than when I met Alex Jezelenko, who was just a perfect gentleman, and he was Jezza standing in front of me.
Would have been amazing if he took a hanger on you too.
Oh, well, geez. He could have done about this big.
No, that's
but it
incredible.
was unbelievable. I think that might have been 78. It might have been when he first came in, which makes it about right. Yeah, I would have been 13.
How funny when you're a kid and you see your first AFL football, you think they're the biggest human beings ever. You go, how does anyone get to be that big?
That's why I laugh these days when you hear people going, oh, it's just a kid, he's only 23. What?
They're enormous.
It's huge.
I reckon a lot of people get shocked when they meet AFL players for the first time, how big they are.
Yeah, very much so.
They're big units.
If you actually want to have some fun, if you have a look at Mark Howard, who
Howie. Yeah.
Howie, who's fantastic on his podcast, there's a bit of him when he meets my son Joe for the first time. He goes, geez, you're big.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's what pre-season at the Ohio State Buckeyes will do for you when you've done 3 or 4 of them. Right, Tim Englishless Bulldogs.
Look,
I tipped against the Bulldogs because of that very reason. So I'm shorting the Bulldogs if there is a Tim English less Bulldogs.
Yep, that's fair. The Battle of the Bridge on at the same time versus Geelong and the Western Bulldogs.
Is that happening this week, is it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
We're shorting the life out of it.
Yeah, shorting it. Absolutely. So this is what contradicts everything. We're either having a go in the northern states, at which time you program them properly, you set up the games at the right time of the year, and you play the grand final at twilight or night, or don't bother about it.
Yeah. But also, the Geelong and the Bulldogs have played great games in recent times.
But Geelong and Bulldogs were always great rivals because they were that side of town.
They're the closest.
Yeah. And they're both good sides.
Yep.
Hawthorn plus Will Day.
Oh, I'm buying that. Any side with Will Day, you got to buy.
Cooper Trembath.
Buy. Buying lots of stock because I'm getting it nice and early. What a start to his AFL career. Now, this is not a crack at recruiters, okay? Because sometimes the best path is the path you take, but you do go, geez, how did some clubs miss out on him? And maybe the best thing for him was to spend a year outside learning his craft at VFL footy.
Yep.
Port Adelaide.
Yeah, shorting.
Yeah, shorting
them.
Might be a bit tough for them. Richmond's rebuild.
Oh, yeah.
Holding,
yeah.
I think a lot of people...
They're on the road to that. They're still a couple of years away, Richmond.
Just lots of injuries with their young blokes. We just want them to get fit.
That's what's going to happen, Nico, that situation.
The GWS footballing Giants. I'm holding.
Yeah, I'm holding.
They've got lots of injury concerns still.
They're the same. I think they're... now you got the top 10. You just got to get there. You want to be... A little bit of momentum at the end of the season, good thing. Opposition players talking before the game.
Yeah, buy that.
What's that? Hang on.
Oh, or are they talking? Oh, no, sorry, I got that wrong.
Explain.
Are they talking about you play for Collingwood, I play for Geelong? When I come over during the war and go, Ed, what's going on?
No, I don't want that. No.
Yeah, you can hold that chat.
Yeah, it's like coming off the ground as well. Shake hands, get off. I don't care if it's your brother, your cousin, or whatever. Send him a Christmas card. Right? Get off. Yeah, playing for the members. Okay.
North Melbourne top 10 finish. I want to buy it. I want to buy it.
Yeah, but I'm shorting it.
Yeah, I reckon
You
they
can
make
buy it. I'll short it. Okay.
it. You reckon they'll make it?
No. I think they're going to be all right though, but they're going to be up and down. But yeah, they're in the next bit.
Oh, maybe I'm being optimistic.
In or out? Battle of the Bridge needs to be renamed.
In. I've got a name.
All right.
You know, this is just purely out of it'll get media attention, which is what we want up north.
Yeah.
Why don't we call it the Peter V'landys Cup? Because that'll get a lot of attention, wouldn't it?
Would.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
What would you call it?
Need some time to think on that one to come up with a good one. Battle of the Bridge.
Which bridge?
Yeah.
Because you can go across Anzac Bridge if you want to head out that way.
Yeah.
Or you can go across other bridges.
I could call it the Battle of Bondi, given both teams live there.
Yeah, there's a few in Clavelli.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, a Battle of the Bridge. Is there a cup or anything for the Battle of the Bridge? They play for anything?
There's the Brett Kirk medal.
Yeah. Did you notice that the Sydney Swans, Andrew Pridham was quite vocal, and Jared Healy. Jared Healy was quite vocal in pulling the rug on GWS the other day.
Yes. Mr. Giants, not playing here. Because obviously they have a period, which they're in right now, where they have to vacate Giant Stadium because the Royal Agricultural Society comes there for the show. So they need the Oval, which the Giants explored, well, can we play a game at the SCG? And they did explore Richmond while Richmond were going through, obviously, their redevelopments and all that sort of stuff. Can they get the Tigers up and play them at the SCG? But it went nowhere.
Former President Tony Shepherd's on the SCG Commission, isn't he?
Trust, yeah.
He's on the trust. So what do you think about that? What do you think about, as I said last week, the reason for being for these clubs is to promote the game, as is all 18 clubs. That's why they're not privately owned.
That was a good idea to explore.
Yeah. So,
do you actually, flick it around, I'll ask you, is it right that Andrew Pridham defended his patch so hard, being the SCG and the Sydney Swans?
He's got every right to. Doesn't mean it's right. That's why we actually had ground rationalisation in Melbourne. So you don't come to Victoria Park anymore. You go to the MCG and we all share it. It's a neutral ground, but it's the best ground and at time. So let's get a solution for everybody because we like solutions. Why wouldn't we then? How long is GWS off their home ground?
They're out of there at least a month.
Right. So out for a month. So why wouldn't we get them off to a start, play a couple of games up there, then play a block away.
Go on the road.
Get on the road. And then you come back and play a block. As I said earlier, I don't think the focus on Sydney should be at the start of the season. Now, they'll say that because they get a kick up in their memberships and things like that. I'd like to call the auditors in on
So how do you get a block at the start if you...
No, you get a couple.
Okay.
So how many games could you... When does it start the show?
Well, now.
Now, okay. Well, we've played... we've had 3 or 4 rounds, haven't we? 3 rounds. So have 3. Let them go. I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world for them to play at the Sydney Cricket Ground. But if that's a rivalry situation or whatever, others can fight over that. I'm not going to have a fight for GWS or Sydney. But having said that, that's why we have an independent commission. So independently make a call.
The top 6 is set.
Whatever can I have to check this out? Whatever happened to Stadium Australia? I remember being told a long time ago we have to put $5 million in because we'll maintain this and make sure it's, and then we bailed out of it.
Yeah, I think there was something to do with the stadium deal regarding.
I reckon that was a bad mistake. Anyway,
the top 6 is set: Sydney, Fremantle, Hawthorn, Western Bulldogs, Gold Coast, and Brisbane in or out.
Oh well, they're probably in. They're all the top sides, but there's a lot of injuries yet to come.
Yep. Yeah, those 6 teams will be tough to shift, but as you said, injuries will play a factor.
Well, the Dogs are feeling it at the moment. They've lost Ed Richards and those players that they have. They only need a couple more and suddenly back to the field comes everybody. Injuries, stops. Everyone says injuries not an excuse. No, it's a reason.
It is a reason.
We're overdoing the arc a bit now on the last touch rule.
You open up a can of worms.
Oh, my God. It's not last touch. It's
last possession.
Last possession. So just as we got, as I say on this podcast every week nearly, there is a rule for a rush behind and 5 subsets. Now we've got the same for out of bounds. Used to be pretty simple. It started off, if it went out of bounds, they threw it in. Then they thought John Beckwith from Melbourne was using it too much to his advantage, so they brought out of bounds on the full. Worked for a long time. Now we have between the arcs on occasions. Why don't we just make it last touch?
And in doubt, throw it in.
Why is it in doubt? You can tell who touches it, can't you?
No, not always. Well, the umpire was certain that it came off the Adelaide Crows player, but it came off Tom Atkins.
Yeah, how does soccer work? But legs are going everywhere, and they seem to figure it out.
I don't know. Smaller ground. The umpires can get closer to it.
So
touch
maybe if
point.
you had the boundary umpires,
Oh, look at the smile on your face. Look at the smile on your face.
standing on the arc,
Hmm.
they don't need to move too much. Boundary umpires should now move 25 metres off that arc and put 4 of them on and you're done. And then what they can do is have the strength to throw the ball in over their head into the play late in the game, not throw it in like it's the under-11s, as happens far too
I
often.
will give them an out. Too many of the ruckmen go too far back.
Well, there's always that, but at least throw it into...
Now, you and I did not write this question.
Right.
The lowly placed Pies and Blues on Thursday night is an absolute fixture howler, in or out.
Oh, yeah. When 85,000 turn up tonight, you're kidding.
Have a look at that silly little man over there.
This is like a Hawthorn bloke.
Yeah, have a look at
Okay,
him.
hang on. Can I put one in?
Yeah.
Should Hawthorn get the hell out of Tasmania now that they're a big-time club? You know,
It's very profitable for them.
no,
And they
that's
put a
not
lot
what I
of
said.
effort into it.
That's not. Yeah, they've done all that. That's good. Yeah, AFL put it.
Why am I defending him, Vol?
Yeah, but not just saying. If there's, they're a big-time club according to Captain Merger over here.
I knew he'd get you.
Shouldn't they just, I tell you, you talked about the other day. You asked me about at the corner. I had a
at the
couple of. Brendan Gale gave me a couple out the
Oh.
corners about get Hawthorn out. Help us get Hawthorn out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Have you got anything written and authorised by Team Tasmania that you want to share?
No, I'll just sit tight and wait. But yeah, it's a good discussion about Hawthorn because I think they are a great club, and got to make sure the MCG's ticking along nicely too. AFL awards season should include a Game of the Year monetary prize given to the competing teams. It's a ridiculous idea. Who came up with that? That's out.
That's old mate over there. Out.
Okay. There is too much player movement talk in the media this time of year. In or out? In.
Well, people keep clicking on it.
I know, but it's...
I agree, but people have a thirst for it.
Yeah,
So you write what they read, or you read.
sort of.
Yeah.
Once upon a time you wrote and you took people with you.
But people keep going.
That's the lowest common denominator. all
People
the
keep
time.
clicking on it. That's the problem.
With teams opting for modern songs, it's time to ditch club songs as team run out. In or out?
Out. Well, they've all got that modern song now before they played the team song.
Oh, yeah, out. Totally out.
Collingwood will have to break their own mould and hit the draft if they want to rise back up the ladder. In or out?
Well, it's not my call, but I think a combination of both.
Yeah.
I think they have to get the combination.
I think Scott Pendlebury said
Yeah,
it right
I
in
think
an
he
interview with 3AW a couple of weeks ago. And I do agree with this. Collingwood will always be able to attract big names because they're Collingwood Football Club.
Yeah, but they haven't really done it.
It's
But I mean, in my time, we didn't really go after the
You-
players. The players that took us from the proverbial to the penthouse were players like Glenn Freeborn, James Clement, Brodie Holland,
James Clinton, super player.
Shane Wakelin, Steve McKee, all these guys that we got together who were good doers, alongside Buckley, Burns, Paul Lacuria came in.
Yeah, but Buckley came from Brisbane. Burns.
No, but they were stars, right?
Yeah.
So he was a star. Burns was drafted. My point was, to use my vernacular, we thickened the soup up. Yeah, that was the genius of Mick Malthouse. Was he got all these guys? It was
but-
like the Foreign Legion coming together. But that got us from so far last it wasn't funny to getting beaten by.
Scott's point was
Yeah.
like Buckley and Lacuria wanted to play for Collingwood, like
Yeah.
because they're Collingwood. Yeah, you throw in Rocker as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was up there at the Sydney Swans.
totally.
So
Oh, no, there's an attraction. But
yeah,
I'm just-
that's what I mean.
Of course there is.
Vigorous agreement again.
Well, totally. I mean, but that's what we. Can I just say this? That's why I worked for 23 years of my life to help us get to that position where we weren't in 1998. So that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, the
When
point.
somebody knocks on the door, you're going, I hope it's Collingwood, because I like to play at the MCG. I like to have the big crowds.
Yeah.
I like to have my pay packet coming every week. I love to have the best facilities. And that's what we weren't in 1978. We had the worst facilities. We were on the bottom of the ladder. We were completely broke. And we had no future at that stage.
Yep.
That's what the last 25 years has been about Collingwood. Not just my time, but everyone else who's been at the club since. They've done it beautifully.
Yep. Footy tipping time, Ed.
All right. Okay. Carlton, Collingwood.
I closed the gap on you.
No, have you?
Yep. Collingwood.
Yeah. Well, the Pies for mine. Yeah, tonight.
Yeah,
Do you have to give a margin there?
Yeah, I'll say the interesting thing about this is Collingwood can shut the game down beautifully.
Yeah, we've got to give it to them early.
Well, yeah, it's going to be great to shut it down because that's where Carlton's strength is.
Yeah.
But then the second half means Collingwood have to actually now play a more expansive game, which they haven't played this year to get Carlton.
To go is a big out for Collingwood.
Yeah, goal scoring mid.
Massive out.
I'm going to say 12 points.
Yeah,
Collingwood.
Same. Geelong and the Bulldogs.
I'm just saying because it's in Geelong, I'm going Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong. Well, I think the Dogs' injuries are still
But the
hurting.
Bulldogs play
Richards
well
is
down there.
out. Yeah, they do. But
Geelong by a point.
Geelong by 2 goals. Sydney GWS at SCG. Well, see, GWS get to play there.
Yeah, they do. Know what I'm saying? Sydney have been very good in these big games of recent times, and they are humming. Isaac Heaney, how well is he going?
Okay, so let's go back to the fixture. This is exactly the game that should be played there. You play GWS away in Sydney at the SCG.
Yeah, give them home tenant rights.
Tick.
Yep.
There you go. There's one of the 4 weeks. And then they play 1 away going into that game. So they're at home, play 2 away, job's done.
Yep.
No complaint. Andrew Pridham's happy. We're all done.
Yeah, so both times they play the Swans, they play them at the SCG, and one is the home tenant, one's the away.
No, they can.
Well, then you've got to play them 3 times because you just said.
No.
Didn't you just say Giants are the home team in one of them?
No, it's Sydney, just Sydney GWS. But they're in their home state.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I mean, if I'm a GWS supporter, I can go to the game.
Yep.
That's what you want. You're in a, so it's like, as I said, why I want round 1 to be all the Victorian clubs playing each other so that everyone can go to the game. Okay.
Swans. Oh, I think Swans.
Yeah, Swans.
Gold Coast versus Essendon. Gold Coast need to respond. Their last 2 weeks have been average.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it was average, their jumper.
the Guava, how dare you?
No, I don't mind it, but not against Sydney.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
What colour should they come up? Because orange is very close to the Sydney one too.
well, blue. They've got a blue one. The Sun's got a blue one, light blue one.
Oh, that's right. They do too. That's Fox though.
But, yeah, it doesn't matter. It makes the difference. I tell you what, just on that, I've been screaming for this for ages. Essendon and red shorts look
It was good. I liked it.
It's the white shorts that kill everybody.
Yeah, that was good by the Bombers.
And the other week, everyone arced up. The old Fitzroy jumper is a beauty, the maroon and blue. But they used to, what people have forgotten is it used to be maroon, blue, and
Yellow.
Yeah. You had yellow shorts or yellow numbers and yellow there, no problem in that game against St Kilda the other week.
Were you going Gold Coast?
Yeah, Gold Coast is.
Gold Coast by how much?
10 goals.
Oof, I'm going to say 30 points.
All right. Hawthorn, Port Adelaide.
Oh, the Hawks were good.
Hawks were good.
The
Port are struggling.
At Marvellous, so they'll be quick and slick. I'm going to say Hawthorn by 42.
Okay. Why is that not at the MCG? I suppose
they're probably got to do their one
They've
marvel.
got to do their penance.
Yep.
Adelaide and St Kilda.
Geez, the Saints can take away good things from the opposition.
I'm going to go St Kilda.
I think the Crows just.
I think St Kilda staying over. Most of them staying over for the week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's their time.
The Crows need to get off to a better start.
Yep. North Melbourne and Richmond.
North Melbourne for me
Good game, that one. Yep. North.
by 8 points.
Melbourne and Brisbane. Well, a week ago you would have gone, oh, this will be a good game. Now not so.
Brisbane,
Brisbane will get right into them.
22 points.
And West Coast and Fremantle.
Freo.
Yeah, they're right. aren't they?
Are you a Derby or a Derby man?
Well, it's a derby, but they call it a derby, so I'll call it a derby.
Yep, okay.
It's their preference, so we'll call it a derby.
The heave-ho for me, Freo.
Yeah, Freo. Mate, I'll catch you on Monday.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Go Pies.